with some space. Lehkonen shot. Save. It's the board. Nicholas Waugh.
Psycho. But McKinnon playing defense. USA takes it. Shot. Go.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? We are live for Game 4 as we have the Colorado Avalanche first seed Minnesota Wild, and we are about to have puck drop here as we head into the first period. I am your host, Hayden, or Red Zone Faceoff. I appreciate everyone who is stopping by and enjoying the view. We're going to have fun as we will see how everything goes. We are about to have puck drop here. We are in St. Paul on the screen. I think we're about having the national anthem and the teams come out, so we're about to have it here in a few minutes. So Colorado is without Sam Malinsky and Arturi Lehkonen, but with the Sam Malinsky, they do gain Josh Manson back, who is going to be huge, and they gain Joel Kiviranka. The biggest injury for the Avalanche is, of course, Sam Malinsky being Arturi Lehkonen being day-to-day. I like the move by Jared Bednar, resting Lehkonen, hopefully getting him back ready for Game 5 back in Colorado, getting the rest, because worst case, you go back with the series tied 2-2. You do have the lead. Best case, you go extend the lead 2-1. You have the depth to be able to lose a guy and still pull off a win. You still got Nathan McKinnon. You still got Martin Necas on the line. You'll probably bring up a guy like Gabriel Landeskog to that, of course. And then your second line will be Nichushkin with, on the outside, of course, you'll probably put Nazem Kadri and Brock Nelson. Nicholas Waugh, you'll have Logan O'Connor and Ross Colton. And Kiviranka, Parker Kelly, and Jack Drury will be your lines, if I had to guess. And then, of course, you'll still have Blankenberg. You'll have him with Burns. You'll have Josh Manson with Kuliak. And then, of course, Makar and McKinnon. Makar and Taves, correction. Game 3, Minnesota came out more dominant, more effective. Colorado making mistakes. Of course, the goalie change happened. Wallstead played absolutely amazing in Game 3. And now it's going to be fun to see. And now we're about to have puck drop here for the Avalanche versus the Wild. McKinnon versus Joel Kirill Kaprizov. Makar versus Quinn Hughes. And we'll see here when we come back from commercial break. It's a Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 4, Minnesota looking to take this series back to Colorado, tied 2-2. Colorado's looking to extend the series 3-1 and secure a round to the Western Conference final to face either Anaheim or Vegas. Colorado is looking to do that, and we're going on a revenge tour, bitches, and it's not the Dallas Stars revenge tour. Nah, bitches. I want to win this series. Then I want Vegas. And then I want fucking Carolina in the cup. My dream, baby. My dream. Whoa. Yeah. Kicks are my heart, hoping in part. Whoa. Yeah. Baby. Don't ask what that was, chat. I can't answer that for you. Oh. If I do go on mute, it's because I have a call from a bank that I have to answer. So, give you guys a warning in advance. You know what? Respect this dude. He did a schedule prediction. He has the Bears losing to the Seahawks, but it was Packers, Lions, Buccaneers, Eagles. Bro, what is this? Calling all the KOs? All the Kilma cars look like what the fuck? And it looks like Mackenzie Blackwood from the start looked like it. We're gonna have some fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all ready to cook? 2 likes, I appreciate y'all. You guys like the core video from today? Believe is a word Minnesota's going on. Colorado's looking to make history to be known as one of the best NHL teams. All right, here we go. We are back. We are about to have puck drop as they introduce the starting lineup for the Minnesota Wild. Of course, you're a huge net change for Jared Bednar. Now, this is either going to be a good move or a bad move. Of course, I don't like it personally. I'm not the head coach. I'm trusting whatever bets you do. I'm just giving my opinion. My opinion, I don't fully trust it because, yes, Blackwood is a starting caliber guy who you will trust in the playoff. But I like what Blackwood had a great round 1, had a great game 2, and he had an if game 1 really wasn't it, but game 2 came out hot. And then you really didn't do much after. Do I fully agree? No. I think you gotta let Wedgwood ride it out. I'd rather switch them at home than in a hostile environment like Minnesota. Let Wedgwood prove. Now, if you are Bednar, you gotta have a short leash for Blackwood. You cannot allow Minnesota to go up 3-0 on you. Yes, your team is good enough, but once Minnesota gets hot, it's hard to cool them off, if you know what I mean, chat. It's hard to cool them off. So, just got to be smart. All right. As we have finishing up, we are about to have puck drop. And here we go. We're about to have first puck drop. It's about to be electric here in Minnesota, the state of hockey. You gotta love it. The Minnesota Twins are in the building. As the Twins get the crowd hyped up. They did a let's play ball thing, but let's play hockey. Let's fucking humble these bitches. Come on, Blackwood. In Blackwood, we trust. In Blackwood, we trust. Come on, Blackwood. Prove the haters wrong. Let's fucking go. Wall said, the wall of St. Paul. Outside of the game one and Luke, he's been outstanding this playoff. As we have puck drop with McKinnon and Hartman, it's going to be won by Hartman, and that's going to go all the way back to Wallstead, who will dump it off for Brock Faber. Faber now behind the net. Brock Faber will send that over to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes will send that up ice to Sigurella, who's going to have that turnover in the neutral zone. Minnesota will retake it in their defensive zone on the near side. Hughes will play, but Nature's putting pressure. Kristoff will send that over. Now here comes Brock Faber. Brock Faber looking, sends that down around the boards behind Blackwood. Fight for it now. Landon Scott will try to get that up ice for McKinnon. McKinnon now coming with some speed. McKinnon comes off for Natchez. And we have a whistle on the play. McKinnon was too fast with the pass, and we have offside. And Blankenberg is also a stretch. All right, face off. Won by the Avalanche. It's going to go all the way back to Blackwood, where Burns will settle that down. Burns will bring it up ice. He'll send that up to Brock, to Nicholas Waugh. Nicholas Waugh will send that up. Brock Nelson fighting for it now. Boldly will lay a hit in Nelson in the boards after the whistle. And now they're getting chippy. Boldly and Nelson are getting chippy at it. Looks like they're going to be sending people to the box. All right. 2 minutes each for roughing. So we'll have Ross Colton in the box for the Avalanche. This was away from the main hit from Bodley. And near off we're going for the Wild. So 4-on-4 now. McKinnon's out there with Natchez, Burns. Interesting duo with Kuliak. Now face off going to be won by Hughes. He'll send that over to Faber. Faber now will bring it up ice with pressure coming from the Avalanche. Stuff off to Hughes. Natchez being prickly and nosy. Now here comes Krill to free throw time to Matt Foley. Matt Foley across looking for center pass. Denied by Blackwood. Now up in front, Brett Burns will send that across, and now McKinnon will bring it up. McKinnon with Hughes on him, dumps off for Natchez. Natchez try to get across, centering for Brett Burns is not there. Bodley will take it away and poke it away as Hughes will take it and go back as both sides will start to change. When Hughes will bring it up on the far side now. Hughes at center ice with 1:20 left to go on the 4-on-4, sends that up for Johansson. Johansson dumps that off. Getting poked away as Taves will poke that away. And now Rojan will dump that off. Hartman will dump it up. Now here comes Johansson. Johansson with some speed, try to get in on McCarr, couldn't. With Taves helping out back there. Now Nichushkin will take the puck away. Nichushkin sends that off for McCarr. McCarr sends that down to the corner, and that's going to be poked away and stolen by Minnesota as they'll bring it up by as Zuccarello with Manson all over and who pokes it away. Beautiful defense by Josh Manson to kill McCarr. McCarr will send that up for Nazem Kadri. Nazem Kadri now with the entry Sends that right to Wallstead, who just covers it up. What a play! Now we have 26 seconds left to go in a face-off, I believe, on the far side corner in Minnesota. Kuliak with the good defense on Kaprizov. If he did not have that defense, that would have beat Blackwood and that would have went in the back of the net. All right, face-offs won by the Avalanche. Up top, they'll have it. McKinnon with Hughes. Taves lays the screen. McKinnon try to send that down. Nelson will go back and get it as he will dump it off for McKinnon with some space. McKinnon looking behind the net. Wallstead stops, looking, centering pass for Taves isn't there. And now Kaprizov will bring it up himself, and he'll dump that off for Quinn Hughes as we have 3 seconds left on the 4-on-4. And now they'll dump it off. Kaprizov down the far side corner. Kaprizov up top, sends it across for Hughes, who couldn't hang on. Now here comes Brock Nelson and the Avalanche. They'll kick that over for Ross Colton, fresh out of the box. Colton doing stick work, cannot keep that in, and Hughes will send that deep, and Colorado's laying them out, being aggressive. Kaprizov will kick it to try to get that centering, but Colorado will clear the zone across ice. Middleton will have it. Middleton sends that up, and into the corner it goes. There's a fight for the puck in the corner. Now here comes Parker Kelly in this fourth line. Kelly sends that up as Drury will go play chase on the near side corner. Behind the net now, Kiviranka fighting for it. Try to get Parker Kelly, cannot connect. Minnesota will bring it up as Colorado's trying to get aggressive themselves after that. Now here comes Joel Kiviranka, who couldn't hang on to the puck. Minnesota clears that all the way down, and that should be an icing call as we will have our first icing. Parker Kelly not backing down. Both sides are getting physical. If you're Colorado, you have to add physicality to your game if you want to win the series, because the deeper you go in these Minnesota line, the more physical they get. Now face off at center ice. I mean, in the far side corner, it's going to be won by Minnesota. Sorojan couldn't get that cleared. Fight for the puck now up into the neutral zone. Burns will kick that over to Kuliak. Kuliak will send that deep as Colorado will dump it in and play chase. And Chushkin fighting for it now behind the net. Fight for it up the wall. Turnover. Nichushkin sends that towards Wallstead. As Kadri was on his feet, he would have had a great opportunity there. But now Kuliak will have it up top. He'll send that over to Burns. One timer for Burns, no good. Rebound by the Avalanche. They'll try to send that again from LOC, who's going to hang on. Now Nichushkin still fighting behind. Logan O'Connor now with Nichushkin fighting for him. Up in front, Sorojan will send that up, and Minnesota will bring it up ice. Down here comes Lino will send that to Blackwood, who will make the glove save. All right. McKinnon and on the face-off. Hartman. Face-off's going to be won by Hartman. Up top, Hughes sends that over to Faber. Faber will send that down behind the net for Kaprizov. Kaprizov in the near side corner. Dumps that off as McKinnon will grab the puck behind the net and he'll send that up the boards. Couldn't get that clear as Minnesota cannot keep it in as Hughes plays chase with Natchez right behind him. Natchez sends Hughes into the boards and fight for the puck now on the far side corner. Landeskog fighting with Natchez around for Quinn Hughes. Natchez coming to lay another hit, and it will go all the way down for an icing call. So this first line, Colorado is going back on the offense. Zach Borozian is heading to the tunnel after he took a hit from TV Ronka. He just came back though, which is a good sign to see for Borozian. Up top face off is going to be redo. We're going to redo the face off. Face off now. It's going to be won by the Avalanche off draw. Taves will send that over to McKinnon, who will send that down in front. Wallstead will deny it. Kaprizov will get the rebound. He'll send that in center ice for Favor. Favor sends that down for Zuccarello. Now here comes Marty Natchez with Hughes on his back feet. Natchez shoots, saved by Wallstead. Rebound's not going to be able to be recovered. Colorado try to get up top to McCarr, who can't hang on. Nelson will dump it off for McKinnon. McKinnon now coming up. McKinnon looking, center pass is going to be denied. Natchez with the rebound. He'll send that in the corner with McKinnon right for the puck. As finally Kaprizov gets that puck clear with Middleton and still being pressured by Colorado as they're in the middle of changing. Now that'll go all the way back ice for another icing call. So this half-tired first line mixed with the second line from Minnesota will have to stay out. Kaprizov still out. Hughes still out. Favors out. It's ticking. So Colorado is going to send a fresh line, get fresh skates, and try to take advantage here. Kadri, face off. One up top for Kuliak. One timer. Sends out wide of the net. Rebound in front. Wallstead couldn't hang on. It stays in the blue paint though. And now fight for the puck. Wall fighting for it. Now they'll send that all the way up into the neutral zone. As Kuliak will take it, and Minnesota will be able to finally change. Kuliak now will have it at center ice. He'll kick it over for Kadri. Kadri will send that down around the boards. Behind the net. Up top now. Colorado keeps that in. Nazem Kadri sends that down into the corner. As finally Minnesota will take it, as Middleton will bring it up ice in the neutral zone. And we got an offsides call from Minnesota. All right. This is fun. Chipotle, bro. All right. Nose. Bro Kaprizov is having a great playoff. 14 points. He might be, I'll go all the way. He might be MVP. All right, face off. One by Colorado. Manson will send that over for Kuliak. Kuliak will dump that in as Kadri plays chase. Kiviranka correction. Kiviranka will take the puck. He'll send that over for Manson, who takes a shot. Rebound denied. All the way back it goes as Drury and Manson will play chase as Manson will take it behind the net with pressure coming from Brennan. He'll send that up and take a hit into the boards. That's one man you don't want to fucking try and hit because he'll fucking make you pay. Kuliak, shot. Going to go off the stick of Parker Kelly into the boards. And now they're getting chippy, wanting to go. Madsen and McCarron, give me that fight. Give me that fucking fight. McCarron's hot. He wants to go. Manson didn't like the hit. We're seeing replay. McCarron lays out Manson, and they go down, and they're just holding each other, talking shit, fighting. Manson, McCarron shot just flopped heavy on that. If you send Manson to the box, you've got to send McCarron to the box for a embellishment. Straight up. Both should go in the box, and we should have 4-on-4 hockey. Manson and McCarron go into the box. He did hit him with the butt end of the stick. Worst case, I think it should be a 2-minute because who knows what's going on in that like little huddle they had. Like all right, chat. I'll be right back.
Securely recorded and transcribed by us and our service providers.
All right, we're still having review.
Please remain on the line after your call to let us know how we did.
That might be a 2-minute because they called it a major. No ruling yet. Still reviewing. Imagine they call embellishment. I don't think so. I think Maxon's gonna head to the box. I think it'll probably be 2. Because I don't think that was intentional. I think they were trying to get each other off, and it just happened. Looking at that. All right. Headsets off.
Thank you for your patience. A representative will be with you as soon as possible.
Double minor for Josh Manson, so it's not a 5-minute major. It keeps him in the game. Sorry about that, chat. We were back, and Minnesota did get the goal on the power play, as you saw with the scoreboard change. All right, face off now with the Avalanche is going to be won by the Wild. It's going to be, they're going to send that up into the neutral zone. As they send that deep into Colorado zone, McCarr will take it behind the net. He'll dump it to McKinnon. McKinnon will send that over to Landeskog. Landeskog sends that into the zone. Minnesota will cover that up as Kaprizov will bring it into the offensive zone. Spins, gets sent, couldn't keep his balance as there was fight for it in the neutral zone. Quinn Hughes will settle it down into his own defensive zone. As he sends that up the boards up top, Colorado will try to poke it away. Cannot. Minnesota takes control as they will have it, and they will retreat with Zuccarello. Zuccarello will dump that off for Faber. Faber sends that up and into the offensive zone. They'll send that cross for Kaprizov across. Saved by Blackwood. Rebound. Cross couldn't hang on. Up top, Hughes has it. He sends that in the corner. As Landeskog sends that up, Hartman keeps it in. Now they'll send that deep into the near side corner as Colorado will play it down. Sean will send that around to McKinnon. McKinnon will send that back to Sean, who couldn't hang on. Manson's there to provide help. Kaprizov fighting for it with Sean. Gets that poked away. Hartman tried to send that deep. Manson will take it. He'll bring it up ice. He'll get the clear. And Colorado will start changing. Not Brock Nelson. Natchez will have it. Natchez sends that towards the net. That's going to be denied by Wallstedt. Parker Kelly now with the puck behind the board. Up to Jack Drury. Up top to Burns. Couldn't hang on as Tarasenko will try to send that across. He gets that turned over as they try to send Parker Kelly on the bench, who just flings him off of him. And now there's a kerfuffle. Overall, really, 1-0, I'm not too worried. Colorado's offense has been more dominant and making the plays. It's just a mistake from Manson. Sent them to the power play for 4 minutes, and they executed. That's really been the only true offense Minnesota's gotten so far in the game. Just keep playing how you have been. Keep being aggressive. Adjust to Minnesota's adjustments and just play. Play your style. You're adding more physicality. You're adding more attacks. Your speedy, physical game.
Thanks for walking us through the plan. Have fun with listening. Doors connect us to what's important. A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll help you build a personalized investment strategy. Doors were meant to be open. The playoffs on December. We're doing now. We're just getting started. It's round 2. Expect the unexpected. The top contenders, they're dropping the hammer. And everybody's totally unhinged. It's poetry on ice with bruises and without intention. I love that analogy. It's really more of a metaphor. The boys are buzzing, the drama's unfolding, and the heroes are rising. And just when you see this closing tag, the cross is shot.
Welcome back to St. Paul, joined by Ashwin Nas and Condrey Nas. Since coming over back at the deadline, you've added a big element to the power play. What have you seen that you've been able to contribute to help that group? Just trying to have some poise and composure on the outball.
All right, we're back from commercial break as we have an interview with Eric Johnson, homeboy, EJ, love you, and Nazem Kadri.
While maintaining your composure in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I think it's old age, man. Little maturity. So these days it's all about winning.
Thanks, Nas.
All right, man.
Bob, you know something about old age.
All right, faceoffs won by the Wild. They'll send that up into the neutral zone as Cale Makar will try to play it down, steals it away from Tarasenko, and they'll send that up in the offensive zone now. Colorado with Kadri. Kadri, game poke check, sends that down as Minnesota will send that back up into the offensive zone down. Makar will try to get icing call, cannot, as there's a fight for it now, and the turnover Minnesota will have it in the offensive zone. McCarr laying hits as he loses his stick. Trennan gets the turnover. Trennan heading behind Blackwood. Trennan sends that up for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes will send that across to Brock Faber. Brock Faber now sends that to Uroff. Sends that down as McCarr lays a hit back on him. And now fight for the puck. Now Hughes lays the screen for Faber up top. Uroff will have it. Uroff sends that across for Hughes. Hughes will send that down for Matt Bodley. Matt Bodley sends that, tries to throw that to the net. Colorado will take it and clear that puck. It's Hughes will play it as the Avalanche will change. They'll send that deep down and an icing call. Buffalo, Montreal tomorrow's going to be a good game. And then Vegas, Anaheim tied 2-2. And then Colorado back on Wednesday, which I am busy because I have duty. All right, face off now. Face off with McCarron. Is going to be won by the Wild, and that's going to head straight to Wallstead, who will send them around. As Quinn Hughes takes a hit behind the net. Colorado starting to show you play physical. We can too. Brett Burns will race for it with Bodley. He'll send that down into offensive zone for Colorado. It's Minnesota will get that puck clear. Now in the defensive zone, Colorado will send that back to the neutral zone. Hughes will take that and settle it down with Middleton right by him, and Nelson adding pressure, making Hughes retreat all the way to the net. Wallstead's like, get the fuck out of my crease, bitch. Hughes now will bring it up ice. He'll send that as he goes to the bench for Hartman, and we have an offsides. Quinn Hughes, puck possession. 4 minutes and 46 seconds. That's the most in the NHL. He is definitely the quarterback. Damn, he's a better quarterback than J.J. McCarthy.
Both those guys, man, are they fun to watch. Their skating ability is what separates them.
All right, face-offs won by the Wild. Faber will send that for Kaprizov. As Faber takes a hit, Kaprizov will send that down the corner. Matt Boley will Hartman will try to send it. Landeskog gets it to Taves. Taves across for Natchez. Natchez now in the near side corner. He'll cross over, send that down towards Wallsted's not there. No one's there to recover it. McCarr will take it and settle it down. Now McKinnon drops that off for Natchez. Natchez cross for McCarr, who will play it deep. McCarr behind the back up top for Natchez, who couldn't hang on, who will go back into the neutral zone. Quick stop and go, dumps it off for Landeskog, who sends that across for McCarr as changes happen. Now here comes a fresh skate in Nazem Kadri, who will send that down as Logan O'Connor plays chase. LOC up top, across. They'll send that down in front of Wallstead. Puck loose in front, and that's going to be sent into the neutral zone as Manson will send that across. And now we have a whistle blown, so we'll have a face-off for the puck being touched with the high stick.
Right before Hughes ices the puck, Colorado gets away with too many men on the ice. The Wild bench was going crazy wanting that call. The Avs get away with one here.
All right, face-off at center ice. Drury and Sturm. Sturm gets kicked out. Now Foligno and Drury. It's going to be won by Jack Drury. And now Colorado will send that up and around. Wallstead will play it. Behind the net, he'll send that across. Now fight for it. Big hit laid by Colorado. And we have broken stick. And they'll send that deep. Minnesota, Foligno sends that around. Up top, recovered. Big hit laid by Parker Kelly. This fourth line is being aggressive. Parker Kelly's just laying hits on anyone and everyone. He don't give a fuck who you are. This is just becoming mayhem. Hit after hit after hit. Manson sends that for Kelly. Kelly back to Nelson, who tried to get in front for Kiviranka. Streaking, couldn't get there in time. Across around the world. Foligno and Manson just try to lay each other out. A neutral hit. It's like two walls colliding, so they just bounce off each other. Kuliak drops that off. Here comes a fresh first line for Colorado. McKinnon will bring it up. He'll try to kick that over to Landeskog. That's clogged. And now Minnesota will come down on the other end as Taves races with Trennan in the corner. Burns there with him. Fight now. They're dueling for it in the corner. 1:44 left. Trennan gets it free. And now Natchez will kick that across. But they keep that in. Now Colorado will finally get that cleared in center as Hughes will play it down. 1:30 left to go in the first period across ice for Faber. Faber now will bring that up. Faber drops that off for Urov, who gets that poked away. McCarr will send that up into the neutral zone as he takes the hit. Now Minnesota will play deep, and they'll send that up. Fight for the puck now. Bodley with 1:13. Bodley sends that down and around for Urov. Gets it to Johansson. Johansson to Hughes. Hughes back up top for Faber. Faber across down in the corner, intercepted by Kuliak, who's fighting for it, and Blackwood will cover it up.
I guess it's not necessarily a bad wager if you put a few on the Rocket Richard to at some point score a goal in this game.
All right.
He's got 10 points in his last 4 games in the playoffs.
Face off now.
Right now, trailing only Mitch Marner for total playoff score.
Hartman on the face off.
Top line's going to run a set face off here. Kaprizov, we just talked about Hartman. Let's see if they try and run something here, if they can win the draw clean.
They've won 2/3 of the face.
Draws one by the Avalanche. Kuliak will send that up into the neutral zone as Faber, and Hughes will play retreat with it. Now into the neutral zone. Zuccarello will send that deep with Kaprizov, but Kuliak will take it behind the boards. Kuliak sends that up for Wah. Wah gets it up the boards. Fight for around the blue line. It's sent up now, and Minnesota will play it with 35 seconds left to go. Hughes behind the ice for Faber. Faber to Kaprizov. Kaprizov back to Faber. Faber brings it up himself. Faber now with some time sends that up and around. Kuliak will drop that off. He'll send that up for McKinnon. McKinnon. 14 seconds left. McKinnon brings it up himself. McKinnon drops that off for Manson. Manson finds a man, and they're offsides.
Hughes and Faber, these guys have been all world this entire Stanley Cup playoffs.
9 seconds to go in the period.
8.9 seconds left to go.
And the face-off will come out across the Minnesota line.
Exactly what you wanted for a start and for a first period if you're the Minnesota Wild. You're going into your locker with a 1-0 lead after
Nazem Kadri will win the draw. McCarr will take it. Just waste time. He'll keep the puck in the neutral zone. They'll take one shot at Blackwood, and that's going to be wide in the net. And that's the end of the first. And we are heading into the first intermission where the Wild have the 1-0 lead. This crowd is loving it. They are letting these fans know. And I'm going to go piss quick.
Really talking up the neutral zone, but not a lot of speed to the neutral zone, which Colorado really lives on. Good first period with both teams. You got to talk to Michael McCarr in a second. But I think to the back there. He did. He's going to bring some juggler. We'll see if he's all right. He's got a quick person for future. I thought he was going to get yeah, he's continuing to every single game. Every time he's on the ice. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. Let him not believe when I watch this guy speak. All right, now joined by Michael McCarron. Mike, maybe you should. Well, first of all, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while. But it looked like you took a butt end to the juggler there. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you feeling now?
Yeah,
I mean, you played against Josh. He's a dirty player. He's always been.
Whoa.
Surprised he got away with only a 4 minute. I'm happy he's still in the game.
Love to hear that. Hey, Michael, you guys go on the road.
I know for a fact this bitch ain't saying Josh is a dirty player when he himself is a fucking dirty player.
Now.
I'm here, chat. Just ask questions. I'll answer. All right, we're back, chat. We are back. We are live. Sorry about that. Dealing with shit. But we're here.
Don't take Manjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Manjaro with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. And before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Side effects include diarrhea.
Alrighty, chat. 6 minutes until the next period starts for the boys. It's gonna be fun. I love it. We're having chippy, old school hockey. These players not liking each other. These players laying out each other. This is what you want.
Hey, Ted. We got the game. We got the game. Now, where's the rest of the team? I get them.
Starks, you still on that hike? Colorado's here.
How about that? Homemade. Wish me some snacks. I found these berries. Oh, very poisonous. Yeah. When the connection matters, it has to be a good team.
The road to the NBA Finals is happening now on ESPN and ABC. It's make or break now. Best on best now. Watch him say it with his chest now. Greatness is up for grabs. And the world is watching. From the home of the NBA Finals. The NBA playoffs continue. ESPN and ABC.
Welcome back to the Expedia First Intermission Report.
You played against Josh. He's a dirty player.
I love it. McCarron getting chirpy in the intermission.
I'm happy he's still in the game.
Same day. It's on like Donkey Kong, boys. He's glad he's still in the game. What does that mean?
I think
we could be looking at a bit of a gong show. There could be what they would call a yard sale at one point in time. It could be rectified. Is what I'm saying, best.
He's a pretty effective player, Josh Manson. You know what I mean?
He's not an easy target either.
And he's not.
I think we might have a fight here.
See why he's irritating a lot of people.
Well, listen, it's a hell of a hit by McCarron. He's a big man. It's a clean hit. And it ensues. And, Manson doesn't like it because he's back in the lineup. He knows he's being targeted. Nobody wants to be targeted. And give McCarron credit. This is what he wanted to get under skin. He did exactly what he needed to do. And we know that knob job there is not going to put it out long term, but yeah.
Imagine that was Mark Stone's knob right there. That would have caused it.
You know what? Yeah, that could have.
Bro, the Mark Stone joke is funny as fuck.
It's going to get interesting in the second period.
Bro, they brought out an actual gong.
Skates on tight.
Bro, the fact they have a gong is the funniest shit. I'm not gonna lie in this intermission.
What should I eat? Will this food spike my sugar levels? How much have I walked today? Too much? Too little? Is it worth it?
Decisions. Answers. The Libre 3 Plus sensor, along with Libre Assist, helps you predict the impact of food on your glucose, so you can make in-the-moment food choices. This is progress. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
New Game Plus has no business making Grace's dish towel smell this good. Especially with how her husband uses them. Wow. Yeah, I like them towels. Our greatest scent ever.
2:42 till we have puck drop.
From a galaxy far, far away, an epic menu of galactic proportions awaits.
It's amazing how they're able to build something that's so accurate.
Only at Burger King. Try the Mandalorian and Grogu menu with a barbecue bounty whopper. Have it the way. In Theaters May 22nd. Do kids want to grow up to reach the pros or to reach a Reese's? Some might say that is an unfair advantage. But I say everything happens for a Reese's. I wonder why they call it so green. No, it tastes ordinary. Bro, it's it. I'll never eat here again. Nope, 1 star. Organic the best in tests.
Credelio Quattro offers the broadest parasite protection of its kind. Sales tips, heartworm disease, and intestinal worms, including tapeworms, in a single monthly chewable tablet. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurological disorders. Ask for Credelio Quattro and make your dog a Quattro dog.
Are we getting Macho Man? All right, boys.
Playoffs on ESPN presented by Geico. At the start of the second period, game number 4.
Y'all ready?
Even this series, they have a
As we are heading back on the ice, Minnesota coming out of the locker room.
Teams engaged physically. Minnesota and Colorado. Right from the drop of the puck, the intensity was there. And then here's the play by Manson. He gets a 4-minute penalty. This play of McCarron. And McCarron has some words at the intermission for Josh Manson about that play.
He's a dirty player. He's always been. Surprised he got away with only a 4-minute. I'm happy he's still in the game.
And then the Wild get a 4-minute power play, and they go to work. Watch the middle of the ice. Wide open for Faber to take the one-timer. Danila, you're out. Marked out right in front, gets the deflection.
Nelson was a little too far back on that goal. Letting Faber just control it from the top of the queue. Letting Faber control it and just make the play.
It kind of does. I mean, 5-on-5, it's been almost even for both teams. It comes down.
All right, here we go. Face off. 5-on-5's been even. Like Eric Johnson said, Colorado either got to elevate or they got to get into the special teams. As the faceoff is won by the Avalanche, they'll send that deep. Quinn Hughes will play it behind the boards with Martin Necas right behind him as they send that up forward. Kaprizov will have it on the far side. He'll kick that over, looking for Zuccarello, but Taves is there instead. McCarr will lose it, trying to go up the ice, and Kaprizov will take it. He'll drop it off to Zuccarello. Zuccarello across the ice. Shot's going to be off of a stick, and McKinnon will calm it down. McKinnon will send that up the boards as Landeskog dumps that in. And now Hughes running with Landeskog right over and turnover. Nelson shot wide of the net. Behind the boards it goes. Necas cross ice all the way up top for Burns, who will take the one-timer. That will be saved by Wallstead. And now Faber will bring it up into the center ice and dump it in. And the Avalanche will send that back in with Brock Nelson going in with Ross Colton. Colton will glove that down, and he'll try to get that up to Kuliak. Kyle gets sent into the neutral zone on the near side up top. Hartman sends that for Kaprizov. Kaprizov's shot is going to be going to be deflected by Brett Burns. Around it goes as changes are happening. Sporosian sends that for Bodley. Couldn't get it. Now here comes Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh sent into the boards as there's a fight for it. Now Sporosian now coming in up top. Johansson couldn't get it as Taves settled it down. He'll take the shot. Rebound in front is not going to be there as Matt Bodley sends that up into the neutral ice as McCarr will play it. McCarr will settle it down and take control of the possession. He'll dump that off for Devon Taves. Taves will send that deep and around as Colorado's fourth line is out. Fourth line is out there as McCarr will play it behind the net. McCarr now will bring it up ice. Makar dumps for Taves. Taves lobs that around the boards as Minnesota will try to clear it around the net. It goes. Kadri fighting for it now with Middleton. Kadri sends that in the middle. It's not there. It's Erosion now. Sends that into offensive zone. Makar will play it. He'll give it to Kadri. Kadri sends that up for LOC, who sends that to Drury. Up top, it goes for Makar. Makar goes in. Broken stick as LOC will have it. O'Connor drops off. Makar sends that down in the corner. Fight in front of the net. And we have a penalty here as Parker Kelly is on the ice. I think that's going to be a penalty on Minnesota. Prigozhin's going to go to the box. Interference call on Prigozhin. Right here. Special teams. You got to take advantage of it. Yeah. That is interference. Sends him down. Colorado power play now. Here we go. Face off. Incoming. You got to get something going on the power play. You have to tie it up. 5-on-5's been pretty damn even. Yes, you've been having a slight edge if you're Colorado, but that slight edge isn't enough. Right here, you got to execute because you can take the momentum and then take that momentum into the 5-on-5 power play unit. It's going to be Landeskog, McKinnon, Natchez, Kadri, and Makar. Face off now with Landeskog. Face off's going to be won by the Wild as Faber just sends that all the way down as Makar will go back and take it from the Blackwood. Now Makar will have the puck. Makar dumps that off for Martin Natchez. Natchez now will take control as he brings it up. Dumps it across up top for Makar. Makar sends that across for Kadri. Kadri back to Makar. Makar to Natchez. Natchez now to McKinnon in front of the net. Back to Natchez up top to Makar. Makar looking. Makar across to Kadri. Kadri looking. Try to get it to Natchez. Makar will settle it down to Natchez. Natchez now on the near side corner to McKinnon. Got wide of the net. Just a little high as Makar will take it up top. Makar gets it to Nazem Kadri. Back to Makar up top at the point. Makar over to Natchez. Natchez back to Makar. Makar across to Kadri. Kadri down to Landeskog. Landeskog back up to Kadri. Kadri to Makar. Makar one-timer McKinnon. Shot saved by Wallstead. That was a good deflection by Prigozhin, by the captain. All right, face off now with Landeskog. Face off one off the draw by Kadri. He'll have it. He'll whip boldly over him. And we have a turnover. Now here comes the Wild. Middleton just trying to waste time as he does. In the corner it goes as the Avalanche are there. Up top, Sturm will send that back as Minnesota will play it and just keep away from the Avalanche. And now they'll send that all the way down and around as Blackwood will redirect it for Makar. He'll send that up for Kadri. Back to Makar. Makar will bring it up ice with Martin Natchez trailing. Natchez sends that over to McKinnon. McKinnon with the entry. McKinnon playing aggressive now. Sends that up top for Cale Makar. Makar cross ice to Kadri. Kadri looking back up top to Makar. Makar with pressure to Kadri. Kadri looking down low to Landeskog in front of the net. Back to Kadri. Kadri across to McKinnon, who tried to get a center shot. Couldn't get it. Natchez will settle it down. Natchez with some space. Natchez on the near side corner up top to Cale Makar. Makar sends that down in front. Rebound shot. Saved by Wallstead. Now Nazem fight for the puck as Landeskog gets pushed out into the neutral zone, and we're at full strength. Minnesota did a very good job making it hard for Colorado to get their power play going. Now here comes the Avalanche. Nichushkin with the puck. He'll send that across ice for Taves. Taves sends that down to Nichushkin. Shot's going to be into Wallstead's, into his gut. So we'll have a face-off here. Face off now is going to be with Brock Nelson and Hartman. Nick Wall across, sends that down in front. Wallstead covers again. 14 shots to 4. You're doing good getting in the offensive zone. You just got to get one pass. Try to get the center ice where you thrive going. Minnesota's doing a great job. Off whip, Wall with it. Wall takes the shot. Save. Up top. Tried another again. No good. Nishushkin will send that into the corner with Hughes fighting for it. Wall will send that up top to the defenseman. They'll send that down in front. Fight for the shoulder of Wallstead. Hughes will finally settle it down as they send that up ice into the neutral zone. Fight for the puck now. 2-on-1. Nishushkin takes the shot. Saved by Wallstead. Now here comes Quinn Hughes in the neutral zone. They'll send that up. Blackwood will redirect it to the corner. Minnesota keeps it in. Now Colorado will have it in the neutral zone as they send that up. Nelson sends that deep as they are. Colorado will change and Wallstead covers.
17-4 the shots for the Colorado Avalanche. And the reason the Wilds have a 1-0 lead is the play of Wallstead. It's a triple deflection on the way to the net. Nichushkin's there. Nelson's there. He makes one save. He makes two saves. And then it's Nichushkin on the 2-on-1. He has Nelson for the one-timer on the right side. He elects to shoot it. Wallstead squares the shooter.
All right. 17 saves. 34 consecutive saves for Wallstead. Playing out of his mind. Up top, face-offs one. McCarr try to send that down. That's going to go off the pad of Zuccarello. And Trennan will head to the box after he closed his hand on the puck. So that will be a penalty on Jakob Trennan, and Colorado goes back on the power play. Drops it, just holds it, and then drops it. He went 0 for 1 so far. Go 1 for 2, boys.
Wow, DraftKings, that's an aggressive offer. Right fall this and that?
Yeah, great offer.
Biz, what's with them?
I've watched a lot of hockey from the penalty box, so they make me feel at home.
All right, we're on commercial break, boys.
It's nice to have fans. New customers turn $5 into 100 instantly in bonus bets. The crown is yours.
Guys, too far.
This is Body Armor, real hydration with electrolytes, no artificial dyes, and coconut water. Choose better. Body Armor.
That's it. Now switch it to. You can't just switch. Why not? Switch my whole family to Verizon. Got the best network. Woohoo! Plus iPhone 17 on them.
Okay.
Worst game I've ever seen. But the best deal.
This Mother's Day, get iPhone 17, iPad, and Apple Watch all on us. No trade-in needed. Offer ends 5/13.
Introducing Subway's new fresh value menu. 15 different protein pack choices, all for under $5. With new 6-inch deli face, $3.99. Protein pockets, $3.99. And a 6-inch sub of the day, $4.99. Always freshly made, always available every single day.
Back in St. Paul, I'm joined by Wild defenseman Quinn Hughes. Quinn, your power play's really been clicking lately. What's been the biggest difference for you guys on the power play so far this series?
I feel like everyone knows we feel confident trying to get shots there and outman them. So.
And Colorado will score off the rip. And we are tied, boys. Not Padre. Missed it. Wallstead has won crack. Nazem Kadri hitting the Patrick Kane. And we are tied. Beautiful job. Off the rip. Shoots it. Rebounds. Save. Kadri again sends that into the back of the net. All right, here we go. Face off at center ice. It's going to be a fight for it. And that's going to be sent all the way back into the wild zone as Brock Faber will have the puck and settle it down. He'll send that up ice. Now up top, race for it with Hartman and McCarr. McCarr's going to win that race and get it to Landeskog. Landeskog will bring it up himself, dumps it to McKinnon, who will send that deeper as Landeskog fighting for it now, bursting through Faber and him fighting for it. Minnesota will win that. Boley will poke that out. Now here comes Johansson as McCarr will send that and void a hit from Boley. And now McCarr will send that up for Landeskog to McCarr. McCarr over to McKinnon. McKinnon now across, gets that poked away. Now here comes Johansson. Johansson will bring it up with the Wild. And Natchez will just interfere with that pass as he fights for it in the neutral ice. And Landeskog will take it, settle it down with Boley. He'll kick it over to Devontae. Devontae will send that up ice to a fresh Patrick Nicholas Wall. Wall will send that to Kuliak and get that poked away. Now here comes Kaprizov, gets that poked by Brett Burns into the neutral zone. Fight for the puck now. Wall and Kaprizov. Nelson joins in. It'll get poked free. Fight back into the neutral zone. Back down as Burns will take it, settle it down. Burns sends that across for Ross Colton. Colton, breakaway. Colton, shot. Saved by Wallstead. All right, turnover. Nelson gets that taken away and into the center ice. Now Kaprizov sends that deep up to top, poked away. Middleton gets that poked away. Fight for the puck. They'll send that down. Zuccarello will send that to Middleton. Middleton across to Yurov. Yurov sends that deep into the offensive zone. Burns sends that to up top. Takes a shot at Blackwood. That'll be just wide of it. Blackwood kind of directed that. Now here comes the Avalanche. Kiviranka tried to get something going, cannot, and we have a whistle.
Here's Kadri. He can one-time this puck if he wants, but the play is won by Natchez on the boards. He lifts the stick to Faber. Kadri gets two whacks at it, and then Wallstead. Colton comes down, tries to open up the 5-hole. He keeps the stick down, which allows that to not go through the legs.
Wallstead making a great play with the stick, denying the 5-hole, which Colton was trying on that breakaway. Now here's the faceoff, won by Nazem Kadri, and they'll send that deep into the boards as Wallstead slows it down for Hughes and sends that around for Faber. Up top in the neutral zone now. Dumping deep behind the net. Mackenzie Blackwood sends that around. McCarron sends that around as Manson will take it. Manson sends that deep. And McCarron lays a late hit on Manson. You are definitely expecting that. And now behind. And now up top. Down low to Kadri. Kadri to Hughes. Hughes with Kadri all over him. Now that puck's going to be poked free by Hughes. Trennan dumps off for Hughes. Hughes across ice. Shot's going to be off of the stick. Now here comes Manson with the puck. Manson sends that up into the neutral zone to Landeskog. Landeskog driving in. Looking. Sends that up. McKinnon tried a one-timer. Didn't have it all the way on his stick. Taves will send that deep and behind as Landeskog goes behind the net. Now Colorado try to center pass. Not there. Tarasenko sends that up for Foligno, and there's an offsides. You're going to start seeing dirty hits from both sides here with Manson and McCarron. All right, here comes the face-off. Now for the Avalanche. Face-off's going to be won by Minnesota. They'll send that across for their defenseman. And they'll send that to Blackwood, who will glove it and send that down for Makar. Makar will send that up boards into the neutral zone. And that will go off a wild... They call that icing? That went off a wild stick! It's all right. We got fresh skates, so... Yes, it's annoying, but... It's all right. All right, face off now. In the near side corner. Face off. One off the rip by the Wild. Faber has it up top. He sends that down just wide of the net. Behind it, Blackwood will just cover it with his glove.
You get the top line out for the Minnesota Wild. And they go to work. This is just a pull and drag from the top. But what the Wild have done a much better job is getting guys in front of the net. They don't get a tip on that one, but they got one on the Europe goal on the power play. They need more of that.
All right, here we go.
Big, tall goalie compared to Wedgwood. They need to take his eyes away and get some pucks there and get this game going the right direction.
Here we go. Face off of Landon, Scott, and Hartman. First line out there for Colorado. Face offs. Won by the Avalanche. Here comes Natchez. Natchez and McKinnon. McKinnon gets a little bit past Faber. Gets that poked by Faber into the corner. So Minnesota will take it. Faber loses his stick. Able to recover with the offense of Minnesota going to work. Bodley sends that down. Natchez will take it away. He'll send that around. Now here comes Nathan McKinnon with Taves and Landeskog. McKinnon sends that up into the corner. And fight now. They send that all the way down to Blackwood. And now here comes Kuliak. Kulak sends that to McKinnon, who gets that poked away by Minnesota. And Colorado's going to be going on the penalty kill for too many men on the ice.
Unless both teams are going to lose a man. Both penalty box doors are open, but only one penalty was called.
Minnesota's going to go on the power play when we return, but Colorado ties the game on the power play. It's Kadri with 2 cracks at it.
All right, power play coming up for Minnesota. It's going to be back and forth, isn't it?
There's salad. There's bread. And if you want the perfect bite in every bite, try the all-new salad stuffers. Take any Panera salad you're craving and stuff it. Stuff it. Stuff it. Stuff it. The all-new salad stuffers at Panera.
Thanks for coming in to talk about Dead Juniors.
Of course, third-party Canadian Liberty Mutual could save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance.
Why don't you come sit with us?
Oh, full snuck. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There are no guarantees in sports. But one thing's for sure. When you can breathe better, game days are better. Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some adults felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
All right, we are back.
Minnesota's going to get a chance on the power play. Ross Holmes serving this penalty for too many men on the ice. Watch right side of your screen. Burns gets on. The car is not
1,
off
2,
yet.
3, 4, 5.
Who's skating up. He thinks just for a second about calling this, thinking about it, and then he calls it. The Avs bench didn't like it. Jared Bednar didn't like it, but nonetheless, a while ago.
All right, you got away with one. Avs bench didn't like it, but you're not going to get away twice. All right. Here we go. Face off.
Only 4 shots on net. And really that power play that resulted in
with Boldly and Nelson. Giving Nelson, kicks him out, so Nichushkin will come in for the face-off. Face-off won by Nichushkin. Burns will try to get that clear. Cannot. Hughes has it up top. Hughes sends that down around for Kaprizov now. Kaprizov off the rebound to Boldly. Boldly try to get that back to Hughes. Cannot. Zuccarello will take it and bring it up. Zuccarello will dump that off for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes to Matt Boldly. Boldly bringing it up. Boldly gets that just poking away, and Burns sends that all the way down. Wallside will slow it down. Minute 30 left to go in the power play. Now here comes Quinn Hughes. Hughes will bring it up. They'll dump that off for Matt Boldly. Boldly gets that poked away again by Burns. Zuccarello will have to retreat all the way back to his own blue line. Now Zuccarello dumps it off for Hughes to Kaprizov. Kaprizov's going to try. He'll send that around for Hartman, who sends that around the board. Burns fighting for it with Zuccarello. Burns again trying to get that cleared. Cannot. Hartman sends that around. LOC will take it for the Avalanche and send that down. As the Avalanche will get a change here. As now here comes Quinn Hughes with less than a minute to go. 45 seconds to be exact. Hughes brings it up ice, dumps it off for Kaprizov. No, Johansson. Johansson across to Kaprizov. Kaprizov up top to Yurov. Yurov to Hughes. Hughes back to Yurov, down to Kaprizov. Kaprizov to Yurov. Yurov up top for Hughes. Hughes to Yurov, one-timer, right into the gut of Blackwood, who makes the save.
The Colorado penalty kill has done a heck of a job on this penalty kill, standing the blue line. This is the first time the Wild come in clean, and they get set up, and they get a look. Look at Johansson, parked out right in front of the net. The puck's going to go up to the top, and they're going to get a look. That's their first real good opportunity on the flank of the one-timer. But Colorado's really jammed Minnesota up from entry.
All right, here we go. Face-off's going to be won by the Avalanche. Manson will have it behind the net. Manson taking his time. He sends that all the way down, and that'll burn a good chunk of time, maybe a quick shot. Faber will have it. 14 seconds left. You got maybe one last push. Here comes Brock Faber across the blue line. He'll dump that off with 9 seconds left to Johansson. 7 seconds. At the red line, they'll send that deep and around, and that will basically kill the penalty. As Tarasenko to Johansson across. It's taken away by Nichushkin, who will bring it up ice. Nichushkin to Colton. Colton sends that in front, just wide of the net. Up top, it goes all the way back. As Zvon Taves will send that up, and they'll send that to Ross Colton. Ross Colton to McKinnon. McKinnon try to get it to Nichushkin. That's going to go off a Wild skate, and now here comes the Wild in the neutral zone. Boldly coming, just try to get an angle he cannot get a good shot at. Now here comes Landeskog with Natchez. Try to get it to Natchez. Cannot. Minnesota's going to take it as McKinnon will settle it down in the neutral zone across to the far side to Makar, who sends that to Natchez. Natchez around center ice. Up to Makar. Makar sends that deep around the boards. Middleton will get it to Boldly. Boldly will send that up into the neutral zone as they send that forward as McCarron and Taves are fighting for it. Now here comes Cale Makar. Makar with Natchez. Makar drops it for Natchez. Natchez leaves it for Landeskog down to McKinnon. McKinnon avoids a hit. McKinnon in front for Landeskog. Denied by Middleton. Now Minnesota sends that deep into the offensive zone of Colorado and across as Burns will fight for it with Flengio. Now Kadri will get it. He'll send that up into the neutral zone. Now here comes Nichushkin with Hughes and Faber playing pesky. Now Sean gets sent into the boards as he tried to get a shot. He could not. Now here comes Quinn Hughes looking for a streaking. Man cannot get the connection. Now behind the net, they have it. In front, shot denied for Flengio by this Avalanche defense. Up top from Makar across ice now. Quinn Hughes sends that deep as he was getting pressure from Colorado. Flengio will send that back up to Faber. Faber with Hughes streaking in, sends that deep in front of the net. Fight for the puck still. Blackwood gets pushed into the net. If that went in, I don't even think that probably would have been a no-go. Up top, Hughes has control. He'll send that deep. Saved by Blackwood. Now Sean would send that to Nichushkin with Hughes playing defense. He'll send that deep as the Avalanche will go and change. Now here comes Brock Faber. Faber will send that up into the offensive zone now. Manson will send that around for Kelly. Cannot. They sent Minnesota keeps it in. It's Kiviranta will have it in the neutral zone to Parker Kelly, who drops that off for Draft Drury. Back to Parker Kelly, who send that back and around as Drury go play chase. Behind the net now, Kiviranta joins in. Puck goes in front of Wallstead as Minnesota will take it. Kaprizov gets laid by Kelly. They will be a penalty here. C will go and serve. Kelly, you gotta keep the frustration down. I understand you want to try and lay these hits, but that's just a stupid penalty.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda. Road trips won't wait, neither should you. So bring on the thrills with a Honda Hybrid. Hit the road with high-tech features like minimal tools built in and the efficiency of
Are you kidding me, bro?
2025 Kelly Blue Book Best Performance Brands. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today. Honda, proud partner of Team USA.
Puck reserve first.
From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, the Ego 22-inch aluminum deck mower with select cut is the most powerful mower in its class, featuring an aluminum deck that allows for extreme blade speeds, producing the perfect razor-sharp cut. Designed for durability that's guaranteed for life. All powered by Ego's patented 56-volt arc lithium battery. One battery powers all tools.
It's crazy.
Find an Ego retailer near you.
Now it's time for tonight's winning ingredients, brought to you by Chipotle.
And the key ingredient to the Minnesota Wild beat in this hockey game is Jesper Wallstead. He has save after save, especially in the second period when the Colorado onslaught has been on. And his best is right here. Nichushkin walking down Broadway in the kick save. And here's the goal. He makes the first save. Nate just wins the battle and finds Kadri. And then he gets off his angle. But Wallstead has been outstanding in the second period for the Minnesota Wild. And the Wild will get a chance.
All right, here we go. Face off now in Colorado's zone.
You're changing schematically for Minnesota's power play to just get more space.
Colorado wants the pressure, right? They want to be aggressive. Minnesota struggled to enter until really the last 15 minutes.
How you played that last penalty kill, that's how you got to play it today. All right, here we go. Face off now will be won by the Wild. They'll get it up top to Hughes. Hughes up top, looking up top, back to Zuccarello. Zuccarello back to Hughes. Hughes taking his time, will drop it off for Kaprizov. Kaprizov, pressure from Nichushkin, sends it over to Hughes. Hughes down to Zuccarello, try to get it to Kaprizov on a quick 1-2-3, and that's going to be denied by the Avalanche because 3, 4, 5, 6 is all the way down in your own zone. I don't know. I tried something. That did not go how I wanted. All right, here we go. Quinn Hughes will bring it up ice with pressure from Kiviranta, who has to drop it off for Bodley. Bodley now across to Kaprizov. Kaprizov now brings it across. He'll dump that up top for Hartman. Hartman to Hughes. Hughes across to Zuccarello. Zuccarello to Bodley. Back up to Zuccarello. Zuccarello back to Bodley. Bodley try to get one up, and that's going to be denied by Blackwood, who stood tall, allowing it to hit the crossbar.
Colorado wants to take away the middle of the ice. Look at all that room for Boldy, and he has that angle. He just misses on the left side, or that's going far down. What a try by Boldy on the angle. Blackwood really fortunate that doesn't find the back of the net.
All right.
Much space for the goaltender, 6'4". Even when he's down in the crowds, but Boldy almost found that sliver of space.
And that's just a little rust for Blackwood, right? He hasn't played a ton, wasn't on his angle there. We'll recognize that and try and make that not happen again because that.
All right, face off, won by the Avalanche. They'll send that down and clear it. with less than a minute to go when they will take possession and control it. Now here comes the Wild. Quinn Hughes will have the puck. Hughes going deep himself. Shoot. Denied by Blackwood. Rebound Kaprizov denied. And into the netting.
The Wild have been dropping the puck, but watch Hughes. Watch his feet. He fakes the drop right here, and then he keeps going, which makes Madison gap up and lose his gap. He thinks that puck is being dropped. Hughes fakes him right out of his heels right there. Nelson gets faked. Hansen gets faked. Hughes gets a great opportunity. It's the fake drop. Colorado's expecting the puck to come off.
All right, face off now.
Hughes takes it himself. Gets a great chance.
It's going to be won by the Wild. Kaprizov one-timer. Misses the net. Now, we have an opportunity here from Logan O'Connor. Dumps it off for Nelson. Shot's going to be wide of the net on the shorthanded. Fight for the puck still. O'Connor drives to the net himself, takes a hit, and now Minnesota will have 30 seconds to go as they will have O'Connor on the heels. Now Kaprizov with the entry across Hartman back to Boldly. Boldly try to get a centering pass, and that's going to go all the way back and kill a good amount of time. 17 seconds left in the corner now. Fight for the puck as Drury's fighting for it. Faber will take it. He'll send that up to Johansson. Johansson will send that down as Blackwood will just cover it with 4 seconds.
The quest begins with the Buffalo Sabres. Leaving yourself, leaving your teammates, go behind the scenes with one team involved for each round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The quest for the Stanley Cup only on NHL YouTube.
All right. 3 left to go as the second power play unit for Minnesota's out there.
When he was wanting to get off the ice to touch earlier, the bench was not ready for him coming off. He was yelling all the way back to want to get that puck. He wanted to change, but couldn't.
All right, face off is won by the Avalanche, and now they'll send that up into the offensive zone as we're back at full strength. Now here comes the Wild. Tarasenko will try to get a shot. That's going to be denied by Colorado's defense. Into the neutral zone it goes. As Perosian will settle it down, he'll send that up ice. And behind the net of Blackwood, who will settle it for McCarr. McCarr, as changes happen for the Avalanche, first line's out there. Landon Scott drops it for Natchez. Natchez sends that deep into the zone. Middleton will send that over. And Polino will send that ahead down into the offensive zone for the Wild. Around to the far side. Taves fighting for it with Landon Scott. That's going to be won by the Avalanche as they dump that in. And they send deep. It goes deep, and they'll send that across. Middleton will send that up and deep around. And now all the way down behind, McCarr will drop that. Quick shot. Blackwood who denies it. And McKinnon takes a puck to the face. And McKinnon's bleeding. He took a puck to the face.
He's bleeding bad. Head trainer Matt Sokolowski comes out.
They try to stop his blood.
He was maybe 10 feet away from Taves.
And they'll take him to the bench. He'll be back. McKinnon will head to the locker room.
He's defenseless.
At least back to the room for now.
No, he has no time to react. Taves is just trying to clear that puck in the corner to get it out of harm's way. And that does not feel good. I mean,
Taves just hits McKinnon right in the face.
that does not feel too good to get that right in the mouth. I mean,
Taves just trying to clear the puck out of harm's way in front of Blackwood. McKinnon was not seeing the puck and just gets nailed. As they're probably going to change out the first line for the second line.
only a minute left in the period, so I
You probably won't see McKinnon out for the rest of the period. A minute left.
Colorado out shooting Minnesota 21-11. And they have carried the play, at least for the most part of this period, outside of the last few minutes where there's been some pressure on Mackenzie Blackwood. Minnesota went a 19-minute stretch from the end of the first well into the second.
All right.
Shot on net.
Well, they say your special teams and your power play could be indicative of how your 5-on-5 play is going. And Colorado's 5-on-5 play in the second period is outstanding. That translated right into their power play. They get the goal, they get momentum. Minnesota's had a little push here at the end of the second, but it's been all abs in the second period.
And these are the two highest scoring teams in the playoffs so far. So they're both very difficult to defend. So both teams playing well defensively, obviously.
All right, face off of Nelson, Kadri, Manson, and Nichushkin. It's going to be, Raw. It'll be one off ripped by the Wild. They'll try to go down into the corner Faber with Kadri over him. They'll send that up top. Quinn Hughes driving in. Taves tries to poke that away up top. They keep it up into the netting. It goes. $49.5 seconds left to go. Tomorrow we got Canadian Sabres at 7 and then Ducks Golden Knights at 9:30. Face off, won by the Avalanche. McCarr would send that around. Up top, Hughes will have control. Hughes drops that off for Boldy. Back to Hughes with 35 seconds. Hughes sends that into the neutral zone. And Kaprizov couldn't hang on. It's Colorado will come on the attack. Nichushkin goes deep with the corner with Logan O'Connor. Fight for it now with 22 seconds. Boldy will take it. Matt Boldy sends that into the neutral zone with Hartman. Hartman has advantage here. Kaprizov trying some fancy work. Denied by Blackwood up top. Boldy sends that to Hughes with 8 seconds left. Hughes sends that down. Blackwood saves it and around. And Colorado will get that clear. And that'll probably kill the end of the period. And that does. And we are heading into the second intermission tied 1 apiece. Kaprizov doing some magic right before the end of the period. Blackwood sending that away, though.
Back to the studio, PK Subban and Mark Messier joining John Buccigross. Thank you, Robert. Discover second intermission report. This game is a big old jug of Drano to try to clear things up. It's tough sledding 5-on-5.
Yeah, you had to know that at some point this series was going to get like this. Both teams are going to bear down defensively. They're going to stay out of the penalty box. A couple of uncharacteristic mistakes that led to the goal, but we'll break that down. PK, you and I, with you at the helm.
I'm going to be on this iPad here. We got a lot of footage to break down. So.
Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Discover second intermission report on the way. Yeah, remember we had 15 goals in game 1. Just 2 so far. Naz Kadri, what happened there?
You ever been to the Grand Canyon?
The boys, I have been to the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
The boys have some strong opinions on what happened there.
All right.
The Bank of America customized cash rewards Visa card. For life's rewarding moments. Earn 6% cash back in a category of your choice, like online shopping for the first year from account opening.
Chipotle honey chicken is back. Step into summer with fresh grilled chicken, spicy Chipotle peppers, and the perfect touch of pure honey. Open the summer with Chipotle honey chicken. It's taking heat and sweet to a whole new level.
All right, new hotel room? No, it's the same one. I'll say this. It's the same hotel room. It'll be like this until I get back to the barracks.
taking meds, the same struggling for symptom relief. Injections like Humira and Enbrel work similar.
This could go good for Montreal tomorrow if they take the lead at home.
Rinvoq works differently. It's a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve RA and PSA joint pain, stiffness, and swelling, as fast as 2 weeks for some. Even after 3 years, many people felt this relief. In PSA, Rinvoq can leave skin noticeably clearer.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, subfatal cancers, including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occur. See the event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoke, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Do something different. Ask your doctor if switching to Rinvoq is right for you.
The UFL. Notice your shirt matches your curtain. Brother, that's crazy talk right there. Like, that's insane. I just find that crazy. Macho, man. Macho man. I still can't believe that. That's crazy. Yes, you're not wrong. It kind of does match my curtains, but instead of navy blue, it's black. I'll say that.
Welcome to the Discover Second Intermission Report. PK Subban, Mark Messier, nothing like a well-timed dive by defenseman Ray Bourque, used to be the best at it. And you saw Jared Spurgeon.
Well, we got a couple clips. One, we're going to show you what good penalty killing is and then what mistakes will do to a penalty kill at a power play. And you can see here Minnesota does a great job in this power play right here. You can see when the puck gets worked down low, Spurgeon's got to make a decision now. He's got to protect the guys that are coming to the front of the net, but he's also got to take a pass away. And the way to take a pass away is to get down, take the ice. You can't make that pass. Now watch as this continues. Look at Minnesota's positioning in the front, take up everything away from the middle of the spot and more dangerous area on the ice. He did a great job on that penalty kill, and one of the reasons why Colorado never cashed in. And now we have another clip that we can talk about, too.
But first, you're not baseball. You're allowed to catch the ball.
Oh, here we go.
Bro, they're showing the Trenton glove catch.
17 Gold Glove Award winner for the Minnesota Twins. I mean, you can't do it in hockey.
Did he close his hand on the puck?
Let me see it. He catches it. He calls a fair catch. Little shake. All right, so as a result, we get a power play. And what does Colorado do, PK?
Well, we go back here.
Let's go to the board right here.
Bro, this is great.
Okay, so look at this. Keep an eye on here. These two players, keep an eye on here. Drop the puck. As they drop the puck, mistakes are going to happen. You can see Faber falls down or gets pushed down. Doesn't matter. One mistake shouldn't cause a lot of problems. He wins the battle there. But now look at Nick Polito, a veteran who would love to have this PK back. Watch what he does. He has to hold position out here. He chases McKinnon around the net.
Oh,
McKinnon goes the other way.
that's
now
crazy.
Nick. I know Nick is in the dressing room wanting this one back. And look at the ice right here. This is big as what? Oh, it's a Grand Canyon. You've got as much space.
Grand Canyon's crazy.
Every player in the National Hockey League will make that pass. And not does he only get one great shot at it, he gets two great shots at it there. And that's the difference.
Look at this nice look. I'm going to put the magnifying glass in there. We'll sketch that out. Let's get another look at that. There we go.
But they're called specialty teams for a reason, because you have to be in position. Everybody on the ice is expected you to be in certain areas. And when one player makes a bad decision, you can see what the ice opens up. Nick Polito, I know he's in the dressing room right now, wanting that one back. He's a great player, great defensive player, a veteran player. But it just goes to show you how fragile this game is. When one mistake happens, how much ice opens up for these great skilled players. And they didn't hold that.
All right. Well, it all comes down to goaltending tonight. Who's going to keep making the key saves in a 1-1 game? Wallstead, Blackwood, firm in the net. We'll break it down next.
Bro, watch them jinx it, and we have 4 goals this game go to overtime. Like, watch them just jinx it, saying they're both firm, steady, strong in the net.
I just earned 5% cash back on that. Also, if I start a condo line, will you join? Earn 5% cash back in different categories to $1,500.
That'll be fucking funny.
Specifically yours. It's not from a mile off. Except now there's this Orkin Pro. I'm smart enough to know when the party's over. Okay, go, Larry. Orkin, the best in the pests.
Every day, Michelin innovates to move the world forward on the road and far beyond. Michelin, motion for life.
Oh, great. Cool.
How many ribeye? I prefer mine medium rare on 2 kids.
Oh, well done for me.
Why would you do that to a piece of meat? Thank you for the cool. So, what are you in the mood for?
Chicken ribeye.
It is.
Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
That customized car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing this. Oh, please, Jr.
Well, at least he spelled insurance right?
He did not.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
All right, you're all set.
Thanks, Ted.
Oh, check it out.
Oh, man. I think he's going to do it. This might be a good moment for family. Mom, you seeing this?
Hey, baby, I'm here. Is he gonna dunk it?
No.
When connection matters, it has to be AT&T. Bro, don't charge home.
If you face is trash.
Get home internet from AT&T. Now available across the nation.
Promise to love you, to feed you the food you deserve.
Blue Buffalo started with a promise to feed our dog Blue the highest quality ingredients, and it lives on in every bowl you fill.
I promise to be your best friend forever.
We're here for a convertible.
How about an SUV?
Wanna
get out of here? He is the Shibuja.
Which is the Sonic Green.
Okay, let's move on.
Where are those trucks?
We're right here.
Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Yep, still here.
Maybe we're not. We're just getting started. Top 2. Expect the unexpected. The top contenders, they're
Ooh.
doing the hammer. And everybody's totally unhinged.
7 minutes left until we come back.
Turn the more of a metaphor. The boys are buzzing, the drama's unfolding, and the heroes are rising. And just when you think it's closing time, it's a prize for show.
Welcome back to the Discover Second Intermission Report.
I'm going to say it. Looking at everything, you're having these trade line, deadline people step up. Waugh, Kadri, Kuliak, everyone. Where's Martin Necas? 1 goal in the series. Where are you at? Where's Brock Nelson at?
have a huge third period coming up. Don't forget Nathan McKinnon in the second. He took him right to the schnoz right here. Boy.
Oh, man. That's terrible. You hate to see that. You know,
What's your personal best for most in-game stitches you guys received?
You know what? I was
10, 15, 8.
Flat in the face a couple times.
But no blood.
No blood.
Stitches? How about you, Mess?
Yeah, a few probably 10,
Double digits?
Yeah, somewhere. Oh, yeah, double digits.
Five check time.
Bro, what the fuck's this?
Very even game. The tilt time is very even. Shots are getting more even. What's going to be the difference in the third?
Well, I think for Minnesota, they got to continue to get their third and fourth lines involved and get the forecheck going like they did in Game 3. And for Colorado, Quinn Hughes already almost 23 minutes there. They got to keep leaning on him and wearing him down. Not an easy thing to do because they can't catch him, but he's played a lot of minutes.
Minnesota got to get this game.
Yeah.
You need this game.
Quinn Hughes, 23 minutes. That can either help him or hurt him. Because don't get me wrong, Hughes is very, very good, but you don't want to overdo him.
New tape job, PK.
Well, he's got a new twig. I just want to see how, well, you know.
Heel the toe. Heel the toe.
Yeah,
Mess had 5 birdies in a row today. Discover second intermission report. What's your vibe check for the third?
What's your vibe check for the third? So vibe check for the third for me, for Minnesota. We'll get to them. But for Colorado, keep playing your game. Please keep playing a fast, aggressive game. Laying these hits, laying these forechecks on the Wild. Keep getting the shots on Wallstead. Yes, he's a very damn good goalie. But you keep getting on him, keep getting on him, keep getting the rebounds, keep being aggressive. One's going to sneak past him off a bounce. One's going to sneak past him from a screen. You just got to keep playing your game offensively, defensively. Just keep making it hard for Minnesota to get something going. In the first 2 periods, first period and a half, you played good. Minnesota started feeling their rhythm in the second period, and that's what Minnesota has to do. They got to get their offense going, get back to their forecheck, get back to their aggressive play in Game 3 that they did.
For the hybrid entrepreneur and a low quality. And the old, sorry, this is the only 20 minutes I have. Sorry, this is the only 20 minutes I have. But the real power move, having next level control of shipments across your supply chain. FedEx, the new power move. There's going out to eat, and then there's going all out with Platinum. Be among the first to know when tables open on Resi, priority notified. Make the most of up to $400 in Resi credit by sampling the menu over and over again. And show your friends what the hype's all about with Platinum Nights. With dining benefits at over 10,000 US Resi restaurants.
Where can you splice Platinum?
Nothing like Platinum. You're a visionary. When amazing happens, you see it first. You inspire us to chase a higher standard. Because a car that doesn't make you feel something is a car that stops short of amazing.
Lexus.
At Allstate, what's important?
We're almost 2 minutes from Pop Shop, so we'll probably have this commercial one more and then back.
And right now, what's important to Blake is not getting in trouble with his dad. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident, even if it is your fault. Sorry, squirrel's fault. Because we all deserve a second chance. Right, Dad? If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Playoffs are here, fellas. This has to be spotless. What kind of big dummy put his handprint up there? Shaq, you left your handprint up here?
What's the 76 kid that plays for San Antonio?
Wembanyama.
Yeah, it was him.
We found him. Shut up, Charles.
Right, inside that me.
Inside the NBA Live on ESPN and ABC.
All right, here we go, boys. We're coming down to the last the last 20 minutes of regulation. Tied at 1 as we head into the third. Can the Avalanche get out of Minnesota with the 3-1 lead, or will Minnesota tie her up and go back to Denver?
He made countless save after countless save, but here's the goal. Nate just wins the battle on the wall. He gets 2 cracks at it. The Avs tie it. And then this is what I love about the Avs penalty. Watch Burns. Typically, defensemen will trick backwards. Burns holds the line, denies the entry, and then McKinnon gets nailed with a clearing attempt by his teammate Taves. McKinnon here for the start of the third, and it's a huge.
So the good news is McKinnon will be back out to start the third, and we're about to have puck drop here as we are starting the third period. Here we go. All right, here we go. McKinnon is on the ice for the face-off.
Is this simply a chip and chase and go win a battle type game, or are these two teams still going to try at some point and see if they can make something special happen off the run? Both teams have such.
Here we go. Face-off is won by. It was a tie, but is taken by Colorado. They'll send that into offensive zone. Landeskog will poke that into the corner with Hughes and Faber playing chase. That puck is going to go up the near side board a little bit, back behind the net. McKinnon with Hughes fighting for it up top the wall. They'll clear that as Kaprizov will take an angle with Makar, who will poke that away, and Kaprizov will send that back deep. Nate just sends that up to Taves, who couldn't get that past the Wild. And now up around the near side board, the defenseman keeps it in. They'll send that down. That's going to be wide on the net. Landeskog will send that up in the neutral zone. Colorado will go change for it, but they cannot, and because we have an icing call.
Speaking with the team, it didn't look to be his teeth. In fact, it was his nose, so we were able to get him back for the rest of this hockey game. Now, as for the Wild, I spoke with their assistant, Jason King, in the intermission. It's all about getting shots to the net in this third period. You guys have spoke about the neutral zone. They said that they have to find separation. They have to find room for the puck. They can't play east-west.
All right, face off now. It's going to be won by the Wild. They'll keep it up top. They'll send that down on the near side corner. Karen fighting for it with Landeskog. That's going to be poked free. Landeskog will send that deep into Minnesota zone, and that'll be icing again.
NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats.
All right, face-off again for the Wild in the offensive zone. Face-off is going to be won by the Avalanche as Taves will play it deep. Taves sends that up the boards as Hughes keeps it in. Hughes sends that deep as Makar sends that deep. And we have an offside call on the Wild as McCarron tried to lay a hit on Makar. And Landeskog letting him hear that he does not like that.
That's what Minnesota wants, but against the team that was number 1 this season in goals against, it is so sound.
The dry blood of McKinnon is something. All right, face off now. It's this Avalanche team finally was able to clear.
Maybe a team like Minnesota can get one good chance. They're so good at clearing second and third opportunities.
Face off. It's going to be won by the Avalanche. Burns will send that across. They'll send that into the offensive zone. Wallstead settles that down with Faber fighting for it. And that's going to pop up. And now it could have been almost a turnover if Hughes was not there to deny it. Now Johansson will send that down as he tries to lay a hit on Kuliak, who does not allow it. Now fight for it on the boards. Colorado will take the puck. Wall will send that over to Kuliak, who will send that deep as the Colorado will go play chase now behind the net. Fight for it. Wall now try to get it off, could not. And now here comes Minnesota. They'll send that and change behind the net. Brett Burns brings it up on the near side. He'll dump that to Nichushkin. Nichushkin across ice for Nelson. Shot saved by Wall. Said rebound's going to be denied by the Wild, but Avalanche keep it in. Manson said that's going to be blocked, and that's going to be a great clear by the Wild on his knees as Trenton just sends that deep, as Manson sends it, as Tarasenko gets a steal shot towards Blackwood. Denied by Fight for it, still in front up top. It goes denied again by Shaw. Shaw will try to get that clear, but Tarasenko will settle that down. Gets it up top to Middleton. Middleton will send that across. And now behind, Trenton sends that deep as he big hit. Now McCarron wraparound's denied. Now Manson sends that deep as McCarron lays a late hit. I'm surprised they're not on those two about the late hits they're laying. McCarron gets hit by Manson as he gets his get back. Kaprizov fighting for it with Burns. And Foligno will take a hit. Minnesota's starting to feel it. You got to start being aggressive, being fast if you're Colorado. Minnesota's trying to get the power, get the momentum shake. Kiviranka being aggressive. And now here comes Minnesota. And they'll send that deep and around. And one line's going to be good, and that's going to be icing. Oh, no, they're calling for a piece of the netting. What a great job by Blackwood denying it. Sean stepping up in the absence of Sam Malinsky and Blankenberg. Face off at center ice. Landeskog and Hartman. Draws one by the Wild. They'll favor. Sends that. Try to send that up. Cannot get out of the neutral zone. As the Avalanche will send that deep with Landeskog playing it behind the net with Hughes all over him. Landeskog has control of the puck. He sends that up for Taves, who sends that down just wide of the net as Hartman gets that in the neutral zone right to Devon Taves' stick. He'll send that to the neutral zone and try to get that to Natchez, who couldn't get a good pass. Now Minnesota will send that up and get that poked away by Cale Makar, who will send that to Natchez, who sends that across for Devon Taves, who settles it down for Makar. Makar will bring it up himself. Makar doing some fancy shift work, gets that poked away. Fight for it in front of the net. Minnesota will calm it down as Hughes sends that into the neutral zone as Makar will take it and settle back. Gives it to Burns, who sends that up in the neutral zone and dumps that down as well. Slows it down, gets it to his defensive playmaker, Quinn Hughes. Changes coming for Colorado. Now up top, turnover in the neutral zone. Here comes Colton. He gets that poked away, but Wall takes it in the corner, gets it behind the net to Colton, back to Wall. Wall looking. Wall looking, drives towards the net, saved by Wallstead, who finally gets it covered up.
From Toronto. He won a Stanley Cup with the Vegas Golden Knights in 2023. And this is the type of game he's brought to the Avalanche. It's below the dots. He's a bigger guy, 10 and 1. He stops on his attack right here on Hughes. Hughes, one of the best skaters in the league. Waugh escapes and takes it to the net, gets a good chance. But that's the depth you need. A guy like Nick Waugh, he scored the game winner in Game 2 in Round 1 against the LA Kings in overtime.
All right.
He has that depth scoring for the Avs.
15-16 left to go in the third. Face-off's going to be a fight and won by the Wild as they'll bring it up ice. They'll send that down. Nick and Brett Burns fighting for it. Sends that deep to Stern. Stern around board. Stern pass denied by Blackwood again. Blackwood will finally cover. And they're getting feisty in front of Blackwood this time.
He gets the right pad on the second one. What a play by Minnesota to Sturm in front. Sturm won a Stanley Cup with the Avs in 2022 and almost gets the lead for the Minnesota Wild here in the third. What a save by Blackwood.
Part of the Panthers Stanley Cup winning team in 2025.
All right. Face off. Now it's going to be one. Oh, they kick out. They kick out McCarron. Trennan will come in. Face off is going to be won by the Avalanche. Taves will have it. He'll send that up into the neutral zone. Minnesota will take it. Kiviranka will get it to Drury. Drury back to, will drive in behind the net. Drury sends that up top to Manson to Makar. Makar sends that down center, pass it almost there, almost a flying goal up top. Makar sends that down. And now Trennan will send that down. Manson will settle it. Manson try to get it to Drury, and they'll send that in, and Avalanche, Colorado will go change. First skates out for the Avalanche. It looks like the first line. It's back out there for Colorado. And Minnesota will lob it into the side glass out of play.
Let's check the NHL calendar tomorrow at 7 Eastern. Buffalo, Montreal. Here on ESPN. They will play game number 4. The second half of our doubleheader, a crucial game 5 in a deadlock series between Anaheim and Vegas. Wednesday at 8 Eastern, game 5 of this series.
Face off at center ice now. Matt Bodley will lose the face off as Minnesota takes the turnover. Johansson gets sent into the corner and hit by Manson. He'll get it up to McKinnon, who will get it in the neutral zone. Brock Faber will take it, and Hughes and Faber sends that behind. Natchez right there gets the turnover. Landeskog to McKinnon, shot wide of the net. Now in the near side corner, Faber will take it and settle it down. Faber gets it to Bodley, and that will go into the bench for a face-off.
Still 1-1 here early in the third in St. Paul. Neil Makar looks for Drury on the backside. Trennan with the stick lift to deny. Almost 2-1 Avs.
So close. So close.
It feels good to get your savings on. It's very helpful. It feels good to Geico. Hey, Texas.
Introducing Subway's new fresh value menu. 15 different protein-packed choices, all for under $5. With new 6-inch deli fish, $3.99. Protein pockets, $3.99. And a 6-inch sub of the day, $4.99. Always freshly made, always available every single day. This is Body Armor. Real hydration with electrolytes. No artificial dyes and coconut water. Choose better. Body Armor.
That's it. No switching team. You can't just switch. Why not? Put the whole family garage.
Someone in Colorado is really missing is definitely Arturi Lehkonen with the amount of rebounds, and that's where he thrives. It's down in front of the net. Knowing, getting the rebounds, getting them through stupid tight holes. Missing it, but you got to overcome.
Stanley Cup playoffs on ESPN are presented by Geico. It feels good to have a winning team. It feels good to Geico. The physicality that we have seen throughout this series and certainly expected tonight, not disappointed. In game number 4, Bobo Shoes and Eric Johnson, Leah Hextall. There's McCarron, who took that butt end of the stick from Manson. Period number 1, drew the double minor that resulted in a wild power play goal.
All right, face off at center ice now. It's going to be won by Colorado. They'll send that up. Colton sends that into the far side corner. Wallside will settle it down. Try to get it to his defenseman. Turnover. Colorado shoots. Rebound was not there in time. Makar will take it. He'll send that down to the corner. Up top, back to Makar. Makar dancing. Makar takes the shot. Deflection's not there in time. Nelson will have it. Brock Nelson takes a shot off the crossbar. Now Wall will have it. Nicholas Wall sends that across ice for Taves, who couldn't hang on in the corner. Nelson will send it up top for Taves. They send that down. Wall again gets the rebound. He takes a shot. Shot, score! Ross Colton takes the lead. Up. We are in control here in the third. 2-1 Colorado. Ross Colton in this second line delivers for the Avalanche. And that's what you need when this crowd started getting into it. Let's go, Rams! That's how you deliver. Ross Colton. Mwah. Beautiful pass from Waugh to Colton. All right, and we have an icing call here.
The play right here. Alstead tries to move it. It just hops over his stick. The Avs get the ozone possession from there on out. Later on in the shift, they get the goal. But it all starts on the turnover of full possession for the Wild. Colton's parked out. He was a little snake bit in the regular season. He's a guy that the Avs need down the stretch here.
All right, here we go behind the net. Minnesota will take it. They'll send that up. Kaprizov with the puck. He slips and falls. And now Colorado will take the puck. And they'll send that in the neutral zone. There's that 5-on-5 goal you were looking for Colorado. You just got to keep being aggressive. As Hughes with Logan O'Connor all over him tries to get that to Hartman. That's going to be intercepted by Colorado, by the Avalanche as they send that back. And they send that down as they go and change. Minnesota will take it. Hughes will have control. Hughes will try to make the entry. He does. He'll send that to Blackwood, who will easily deny that. And now Kuliak will have it behind the net, who sends that up in the neutral zone as Minnesota will settle it down and give it back to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes now getting a lot of ice time, gets it to Jakob Trenin. Trenin will send that down for Tarasenko, who sends that down and around the boards. I have no idea what happened. We had a blackout by ESPN, but we're back. Middleton gets it back to Tarasenko, who will have that bounce off of Burns, who will lob that in the neutral zone. As Kivirankas plays chase. As Colorado will go and change. And Minnesota will send that up and into the offense zone. And we have an ice in here. Trennan tries to go past Ashawn and just creates a pile, which results in the icing. Set it up top for Taves. They send that down. He takes a shot. All right, face off. One by Colorado. McKinnon will send that up, and that'll be deflected high into the air and land back as Minnesota will clear it. Taves will send that over to McCarr. McCarr will send that up ice. Now Landeskog sends that down in the corner, and Faber will take easy control. He'll bring it up ice. Faber now gets that poked away, but luckily Lungio was there, and he sends that down as McCarr plays shapes. He sends that to Taves, who will send that up and into the neutral zone. It's Hughes will run and retreat, and the puck will slow down right by the red line, so no icing called. It's Colorado will change. 10:56 left to go. Now here comes Lungio. He dumps that off for Sturm. Sturm behind the net. Wraparound's not there. So close. Up top, Hughes. Hughes sends that down. One-timer shot, score. We're tied. This is going to be like the entire game one this period, isn't it?
What a response by the Minnesota Wild. They come the entire length of the ice. But watch Hughes on the left side of your screen. Most defensemen put this down the wall. And that's what Watt thinks is happening. No. Hughes reads it, puts up, and it's back in. 43. Both guys put this back.
Quinn Hughes just being the quarterback, setting up his playmakers down low for the score. All right, face off, won by the Avalanche. Kuliak sends that deep and around. Wallstead will slow her down. She'll send that around. Up top, fight for the puck with Minnesota and Colorado. Kuliak fighting for it still. Colorado keeps it in. Will go straight to Boley, who will dump that in. As Brett Burns will take it and slow it down. And now up top, Logan O'Connor. He takes the shot. Rebound denied by Minnesota. They send that into the corner. They'll keep it, though, in the zone. Kuliak to Burns. Burns, one-timer, saved by Wallstead. They keep that in. O'Connor sends that into the near side as Kadri sends that into the far side corner. Fight for the puck. O'Connor sends that up to Burns. Burns sends that deep in front. Wallstead couldn't hang on. Now behind the net as they're still trying to get out. Kuliak keeps that in somehow across to Nichushkin, who spins, makes a move. Nichushkin has room up top to Makar. Makar, fresh off shot, saved by Wallstead. Bruh, stop with the free bird stuff.
Is $2.50. So Miles, Jaden, and Carl have a pound. It's called McDouble Macro Monday. Get more value when you order from the under $3 menu.
I didn't know M&M's like eating M&M's.
Who's eating M&M's?
What have you done? Look, I won't judge. They're so airy, so crispy. You think you know someone. M&M's caramel, now popped.
We're here for those who build America. If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay.
All right.
Supercell days that's barreling toward us. You're watching the stream. Take out of this freaking mat.
Come on. We need to take game. We need this game. That'll be huge.
Tide Evo instantly activates to make stains disappear. Tide Evo.
Did you even play?
Real.
All right, we're back.
Heavyweight bout between two of the best teams in the National Hockey League. It's Yuroff with the tip, and then it's Kadri to tie it up on the power play. Both teams exchange power play goals. Colton gives the Avs the lead on the beautiful big shot from Watt to Colton. And then moments later, the perfect backhander with the top angle to Sturm. 2-2.
That was just a great pass by Hughes. Not much Blackwood could have done. All right, face off Wild. Martin H's, we need you. McKinnon fighting with Faber for a turnover. Landeskog kicks it down to McKinnon. McKinnon looking. McKinnon's back to Landeskog. Landeskog kicks it up top to Taves over to Makar. Makar looking, sends that down. That's going to be blocked by Hartman, who forces Makar to fall down just from the shiftiness. And that puck's going to be deflected and into the neutral zone. As Makar will send that over to Taves. Taves will dump that in, and they'll put Wallstead will dump it down for Hughes. Hughes sends that up. Hughes is going to bring it up ice now. Hughes to Zuccarello. Zuccarello sent that down for Kaprizov in the corner. Makar will take it. Makar will kick it to Natchez. Natchez sends that into the neutral zone. Glove down by Landeskog. Drury sends that deep, but we have an offsides.
Stay tuned for SportsCenter. David Lloyd will have the night in the NBA and NHL playoffs. The latest from Major League Baseball as well. As soon as we're done, who knows how long it may take between Colorado and Minnesota in game number 4. But SportsCenter is next. You might have to cancel that red eye, Bob.
All right, face off. One by Colorado. The puck will go all the way down by Wallstead, who will send it away. Drury will get the turnover. He'll send that deep as they fight for the puck still. One-timer. Parker Kelly scores! Parker Kelly and this fourth line doing what we're back and forth. 3-2 Parker Kelly responds. Beautiful. Beautiful Parker Kelly, baby. All right, here we go. In the neutral zone. Colorado will fight for it. Minnesota will take it as Tarasenko sends that up. Faber sends that. Now Wall will have it. Wall will send that up as Colorado will dish it and change. 8 minutes to go. And they'll take the shot just wide. They'll send that down in front of the net. Tarasenko. Up top, Nichushkin with the turnover to Taves. Taves sends that down just wide of Wallstead. As Manson goes in to play, Manson sends that around. Now up top, Taves. Nichushkin had the one-timer. That's going to be 9. Manson to Kadri. Kadri. The offense is starting for Colorado as that will finally get poked and Minnesota will be able to change. 7:14 to go. Taves now with the puck as fresh skates are coming out for the Avalanche as well. Taves with Bodley starting to approach him. Now up in the neutral zone. They'll send that deep. Now McKinnon with some space gets that cut off by Hughes. Sends that around the boards with Natchez. Natchez drops that off for Landeskog. Landeskog sends that back for Martin Natchez. Martin Natchez fighting for it now. And now Urov gets that free, but McCarr keeps that in as he sends that. Try to get it deep. He pokes it away from Johansson, who gets that poked away by Bodley. Bodley coming with an opportunity. Sends that across, denied by the Avalanche defense. Martin Natchez will get it to Landeskog without a stick, who just sends that down with his foot. Now here comes Hughes. He'll dump that off for Bodley. Bodley with Parker Kelly and Jack Drury over him. Bodley gets that poked away by McCarr, trying to get it to Kaprizov. Hughes will have it. Parker Kelly gets that taken away. Now here comes Joel Kiviranka with Drury. He takes a shot. Wallstead will deny and cover up with 6:07 left to go.
So Parker Kelly right there, he's the goal scorer, but he also forechecks and causes the turnover. When you're a defenseman going back for a puck like the motion is, you can feel the pressure. He turns it over. Parker Kelly parks himself right in the middle of it. But watch the pressure. The motion feels it, Corey reads it, and then the next one works. They end up getting this puck back again on the turnover by Minnesota. And it's the one time right off the blade by Kelly that the ball set over the glove. Perfectly executed by the depth line of Colorado, and a goal that they needed from the bottom part of their last goal.
All right. Who draws one by the Avalanche. Wall with it, with Hartman fighting for it. He'll send that down and around as Nelson drops that off to Colton, who sends that up to Brett Burns. Brett Burns sends that in front of the net. Denied. Fight for the puck. Colton fighting for the rebound. Hughes denies the rebound. Great defense by Quinn Hughes. Now here comes Kaprizov. Krill the thrill. Gets that poked away into the corner by Taves. In front of the net, Hartman's shot is denied. Good defense by Colorado, getting that puck clear, not allowing the rebound. as that gets set back in, and Minnesota has to retreat, or it would have been offsides. Burns will take it as sides would change. 5:23 left. Colorado will dump that in, and Minnesota will try to get that clear. Into the neutral zone it goes. Manson will drop that off for Kuliak, who dumps that down. Now up into the offensive zone for Minnesota. That puck get dumped in. It's Middleton racing for it, and they just call icing. Woo!
The key is possession. They're out there against one of the Colorado second lines. If Minnesota's top line can get some momentum here and wear down this Colorado line, especially with their big line out here. But the key is
all right.
Colorado will try and win this and flip it out. Minnesota needs this draw.
4:58 left to go in the game. 3-2. Colorado has the lead. Face off, won by the Avalanche. And Kulak will bring it out and dump it down as Colorado will go and change as Faber will take it behind the net. Fresh takes out for the Avalanche. Here comes Faber. He'll send that up for man who gets taken away by the Avalanche and back into the zone. Faber is sent by Natchez. And now here comes Quinn Hughes with the puck after the dunk ball from Faber. Hughes sends that up for Boley, who gets that poked away for a fight with Boley and McCarr, and that goes into the crowd. And a fan's going to have a cool souvenir.
Mark Kelly scores his first career Stanley Cup playoff goal, and it came at the most important time. Late in the third period, Kelly with the one-timer to put the Avs up 1.
Love to see it.
Of course. You like hockey?
It's my favorite.
How about financial planning?
I'm not.
It's never too soon to think about your future as Mass Mutual.
Insurance people?
They're more than insurance. You can work with their financial professionals or talk to your own about which Mass Mutual solutions fit your financial goals.
Who's Terry Russell?
A financial professional. Call that number to book a meeting with us.
I wasn't sure that just a baby tooth that never fell out.
Because your portfolio is important.
From sauce to dust to tea bags, Diablo Dust Crispy Chicken Nuggets. Now, they don't come in mine. That would make like 0 cents a day. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. Only at Taco Bell.
Short on nothing, big on weekend. Only on Royal Caribbean. People do anything to maintain their cold. Try our packs. Use outdoor fridges, freezers too. Oops, that's why they're cold like mountain stream. Because people don't just like beer, people like cold beer.
Let's preserve Pepsi. This is right before Parker's Kelly scored, but I want you to watch Bogosian 24. As a defenseman, he knows Parker Kelly's coming.
All right.
He wants to take this puck and put it all the way up the ice. But he looks over his shoulder right there. He sees Kelly coming, which makes him toss the puck up. He knows he's going to get hit. The puck lingers around a little bit more. There's another turnover on the wall, and Jack Turry sets up his line mate, Parker Kelly, for the one-timer, but it starts on the turnover, all because of the Avalanche forechecking pressure by Parker Kelly.
Parker Kelly on that goal. Start with the pressure, forcing the turnover, and just goes down and delivers. All right, face off now with McKinnon and Hartman. Near the blue line for Colorado. Face off. Won by Minnesota. Kaprizov will bring it up ice. He'll dump that in for Faber, who couldn't hang on, and that's going to get poked away as they had to play retreat. And now here is the Wild. Boley drops that off for Faber. Faber sends that up for Boley, who will go deep and avoid a hit from McCarr. Now behind the net, Boley has it, try to get a wraparound, try to get up top. He does. Faber sends that down. Blackwood smothers that with 4 minutes to go.
Faber couldn't believe that tip didn't go in. He had all the lane to shoot it in there, and the puck just deflected up. But if the Wild are going to tie this thing up, they're going to need Faber and Hughes to go to work at the top.
All right.
Which made a bunch of key saves, especially at the start of the third period. He's going to get tested late.
4 minutes remaining. Keep an eye on Wallstead around the 3-minute mark. Here we go. Face off won by Colorado. Burns will try to get that puck cleared up the boards. Cannot. They'll send that down towards Blackwood, who sends that away. Burns tried again to get that puck cleared, and he does. Now here comes Gabriel Landeskog. He'll send that down with him and Nelson playing chase. Landeskog looking. Sends that around. Hughes will take the puck. Hughes will send that across for Faber. You wonder how long Hughes is going to be out there before he goes out. And now he'll go change probably for a minute as they will get it. Now here comes Nelson. Nelson sends that, and Landeskog sends that deep. Kiviranka sends that down. If you're Colorado, you want to keep them out of their – keep them down in the defensive zone the whole time if you can. 3:17 left to go. Around the net it goes. Up top, turnover by Drury, who sends that across ice. Manson with it. He'll send that deep. Kiviranka looking for Jack Drury. Wasting time. 3 minutes left to go. Minute you see Hughes, you're going to start expecting to see Wallstead just get out there. Now they'll send that down. 2:56 into the corner. Fight for the puck. Valengio sends that around. Parker Kelly lobs that deep as Hughes is back on that ice, and now we have a change. Expect to watch Wallstead head out of the ice. Now Johansson will send that down deep. Now Hughes keeps that in behind the net. McCarr will play chase. He'll send that around. Back behind. Faber takes a hit. In the neutral zone it goes. McCarron with pressure from Nishushkin. McCarron drops that off for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes with 2:24 left to go. Expect Wallstead to come out at any moment. Hughes gets that poked away, and he has to retreat back into the neutral zone. 2:14 left to go. Quinn Hughes just lobs that deep into the corner as there's a fight for the puck. Bowley fighting for it. Up top, Hughes shot wide of the net. Denied. Now here comes McCarr, who sends that up. And Logan O'Connor keeps that in as we are under 2 minutes to go. LOC fighting for it. Minnesota's trying to get that puck clear so they can get the offense going and pull Wallstead. And now here comes the Wild. Wallstead goes to the bench as they lob that deep and around. Burns try to get that clear. Back behind. It goes. Hartman fighting for it behind. Burns will have it. Burns sends that up to Natchez. Natchez. Hughes boldly keeps that in behind the net. Landeskog fighting for it. Colorado trying to get it clear. Cannot. Back down in the near side corner. Taves will have it. Taves will lob that all the way down. And that has potential to go in the net. It does not. And that's going to be an icing call with 1:14 left to go. Oh my goodness. What a great save by Blackwood. Come out. Pass does not go there. Blackwood recognizes that there's an opening, kicks himself over, kicks the puck into the corner. What a great play by Mackenzie Blackwood. Timeout taken, Minnesota.
So before the game, there's always a 6-on-5, which Minnesota's going over right now, and there's a 5-on-6 meeting, which Colorado's going over right now. Each team has a meeting for this situation specifically. Colorado has different face-offs that they'll run on the breakout. Sometimes they run a strong side up where they just try and flip the puck off the glass. Sometimes they run a fake strong side where they fake up the glass and go behind the net.
Both sides getting breathers. Biggest one is Blackwood. He's been battling all night. He has played absolutely amazing. All right. Trying to head back to Denver. with a 3-1 lead to seal it in Denver on Friday. This is a crucial face-off. Landeskog in on the face-off with Hartman. First line's out there for Colorado. Face-off. Are they kicking out Hartman? Hartman gets tossed. Boldly will do the face-off. Face-off. Won by Landeskog. Taves try to get that puck clear. Cannot. Fight for it in the corner. Landeskog now will send that up the boards with McKinnon, who lays a hit, and that will go in the neutral zone. 1:04 left to go. Hughes will have the puck. Make the entries difficult. Behind the net, Blackwood settles it to Taves. Taves send that up the board. Out of play. 54.4 seconds. Brock Nelson is in now for Landeskog. Face off. Fight for it. They play it deep into the near side corner. Fight for it now, Natchez. And they send that up. Hughes kicks it over. Faber, one-timer shot, no good. Wide of the net. Boley with the rebound. He'll send that up. And now Natchez will take it in the neutral zone. Natchez sends that over to McKinnon. McKinnon with the empty netter, and that will seal it. And the power. And we'll head to Denver with a 3-1 lead. Big play by Martin Natchez, getting it to McKinnon with the dagger. 32 seconds left. That's what you need, boys. That's what you need. Those fans are starting to empty out in St. Paul. '61st career playoff goal. 13th in the last 15 playoff games, almost averaging 1 goal a game. Now face-off is going to be won by Quinn Hughes. Hughes with some space. Well said, pulled. Matt Boldly sends that in towards Blackwood. Pass in front. Denied. Blackwood stands tall. $17.9. Blackwood. A big risk from Jared Bednar paid off. Center off, face off. Is a draw. That's not good for Minnesota behind the net. Boldly with 12 seconds left behind it. Nelson clears it, goes all the way down, and that's enough for another goal. And that for sure will seal it, and Nelson will get a goal. We are heading back to Denver with the Avalanche having a 3-1 lead. Heading back to Denver. Exactly what you want if you are the Avalanche. Mackenzie Blackwood. Controversial year. Him and Wedgwood. Wedgwood played a better year. But the playoffs, when you need someone most, delivers. Manson sends that deep last second. And we are going to Colorado with the thing. Lino's getting feisty. You don't want to do that, big boy, because that could affect you. Come on, Felina. Come on, bud. You won't. Colorado can seal it. I wish Thursday, but come Friday. So we are heading to Denver with the series lead 3-1. And I'm going to head out, y'all. I appreciate every single one of you who come by and just watch or comment. You guys mean a lot to me. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys haven't hit that like and sub button as always.